In this lecture, we will talk about the triple bottom line. The triple bottom line is a theory that says that companies commit to focusing on social and environmental concerns just as they do on profits. The three bottom lines, the reason why this is called the triple bottom line is there are three criterias on which the work of any company is judged. The first is profit, the second is people, and the third is planet. Now we will understand about each of them in detail. Who coined the term triple bottom line? So this term triple bottom line was coined by John Elkington. He was a British management consultant and he coined the term triple bottom line because he believed that a company should not only work for the profits but also for the people and the planet. And what does triple bottom line do? So it measures the financial, social, and environmental performance of a company over time. It says that if a firm looks at profits only and it ignores people and the planet, it cannot account for the full cost of doing business. And the three bottom lines, that is the three P's, as we said, which we are talking about, is profits, people, and planet. Now let us learn about each in detail. So let's first talk about profit. So profit is the most common criteria on which companies are measured, or the success of a company is measured, and it is the measure of corporate profit calculated from financial accounts. So this is something which is very easy to calculate. Looking at a company's financial accounts, you can tell how much the company is earning or how much profit is the company generating. Next, we talk about planet. So when we say planet, it usually talks about how environmentally responsible that particular company is. The efforts that the organization puts to reduce its ecological footprint are a part of this component. For example, the efforts the company puts in reducing waste, or the efforts that the company is putting in investing in renewable energy or managing natural resources. uh, Similarly, reducing electricity or water consumption, then proper and safe disposal of harmful chemicals, or by improving logistics, because we know that a huge component of the waste or pollution that a company generates comes from the logistics. So as we improve the logistics, this ecological footprint on itself, it comes down. So it is important for a company to look at its logistics if it wants to decrease the ecological footprint. Then the third component is people. So this component talks about how socially responsible a company is. And when we say people, we mean employees, the labor involved, and the community where that particular corporation is doing business. And it looks into how much does the company benefit the society. And some of the things that can be considered when we talk about this parameter are fair wages. Then we have humane working conditions, CSR activities related to education or healthcare. So these are some things which benefit people, and hence tell that how socially responsible a company is. There are some challenges of applying the triple bottom line. So the first one is measuring the triple bottom line. So you know that we can measure the financial profit of the company by looking at the financial sheet and accounts. So you can very well tell that whether a company is making profit or is it incurring losses by just looking at the financial sheet. But how are you going to measure the social and environmental bottom lines is the question, because a large part of this social and environmental bottom line is qualitative and is also subjective. So when you talk about healthcare, for example, so there are some things which cannot be measured. uh, if there is a primary health care in that particular area, the amount of awareness it generates in the citizens with respect to healthcare, it does not it cannot be basically calculated in quantitative parameters. So a lot of things in education and healthcare sector, and basically environmental and social sectors, are qualitative and they are subjective, and some of these have long term impacts which may not be measurable at this point. So this is one of the challenges that usually the companies or an organization faces when we talk about the triple bottom line. And the second one is balance. How can a company decide what amount to invest where? Because because of the subjectivity and the nature of these bottom lines, it is very difficult to come to a particular amount as to how much should a company invest in a particular sector or a particular activity. So these are the main two challenges which a company might face when they apply the triple bottom line. And then we have, why should you not ignore the triple bottom line or the TBL? Because firstly it will lead to destruction of the environment, because the triple bottom line talks about three things, that is the profits, the people and the planet. When you ignore people and the planet, you are more likely to ignore the environmental impact of your business, which might ultimately lead to destruction of the environment, because then your main motive, primary motive, is to generate profit, and it might come at an environmental cost. Then violation of human rights. Similar to the first point, this can also come because the company is mainly profit driven, and it lays little stress on the social parameters. In such case, uh, in severe such cases, violation of human rights is a very likely thing that might happen or that happens. And ultimately, as we have seen in one of the previous lecture, that the social license gets eroded once the community sees the company as someone whom they cannot trust, especially with respect to social and environmental sectors.